Hello friends, Libloini here. We are again back with our frog people here in the middle age of Dominions. And things are getting complicated this turn. First off, someone else fires off another global spell. Yeah, it's the Blood Well, a global that gives you more Earth Gems, among other things. Neon Genesis Eastern Orthodoxia, yeah. It's perfectly fine if I had any idea who that guy was. No. Here it is. The Earthblood Deepwell. It's Scaleria, our friend. It is Scaleria, right? Fuck, no, it's Pythium? I hate this. That so many flags are looking the same to me. But yeah, so I thought I had deja vu because in another game Pythium did exactly the same, starting up the Stellar Focus. The Earthblood Deepwell gives you 17 Earth Gems each month, and plus 5 if you put it into a cave. And the last step swamp isn't in a cave, but well, good enough I guess. Kind of funny, all those weird graphics. The Earthblood Deepwell, it's Earthblood. It's a fountain of blood. I love this shit. And yeah, those are invaders. So we're getting to that. I twice burned 2 more of our dump asses and someone took down Mother Oak. Then in Antediluvian we got invaded. Earth Elementals, which are scary as fuck. Tons of fucking hit points, and of course they won't get any afflictions with that resistance. High strength, and while they won't hit each time they do, you will gonna feel it, and it's magic damage, so not much that could protect you. Now some protection, since you're essentially hitting air. Magic resistance is fairly high, and as creepy magic beings they will never run away, so that someone did a lot of summoning to get that money. Then Reconstruction is the construct's version of regeneration. It's for inanimate beings, like a lump of earth, for example. So we'll also heal. That's great. They're also poison resistant. So our frogs won't be able to do anything, and since they're gigantic, they will also do trample damage. Really, the only thing missing is them causing fear. They also have spirit sight and they are blind. So nothing much will bother them. There are 40 of them. Then the Shout Guards. They are special sacreds of the underground. Don't need to eat because they are halved under. They're really good at sieging, which probably means Agartha is trying to move in on our castle underwater. And they're amphibians, so they can freely move up and down. As big, strong superhumans, well, superhuman monsters, they have size 5, bigger than humans. 28 hit points, lots of protection, magic resistance, and are kind of brave. Only drawback is their attack skill is fairly low, defense skill also lower than expected. So while they have some standing power, they aren't meant to be the attackers. They are here to help with the siege while the Earth Elementals club everything to death. Like those poor Tritons here. So yeah, this is a long line of fuckers, just so we can't accidentally flank the leader. As I should point out, this is of course a brilliant masterstroke, because in a battle on the surface, the first thing that would happen is my bats flying over, and then stabbing this asshole over and over again until he is dead. And then the army would just break apart, since there is no other leader. Underwater, however, the only way to fight back against this is to spend an unholy amount of water gems to summon an unholy amount of water elementals to counter this. Encountering 40 earth elementals takes a lot of mages. So obviously, you can't guess what happens. They kill everyone. And the Shout Guards are on cleanup duty behind them. They have fire resistance and cold resistance. Cold resistance will help them against us, fire resistance not so much. And of course this is all for battles above ground. Underwater not much will happen until we get enough gems in front of them. Oh, I hate battles underwater. It's kind of... Who the fuck has the most water mages wins every time. Then we see Asphodel fighting Abysia with this giant mass of creatures. It will be interesting to see those in action in a bigger battle. Then Baron cracks. Yeah, we took this from Pirene because we thought Scaleria would be attacking. Then in Dendra Nigra, another huge mass of chunks barrels into Abysia. Then a sectarian movement. Oh, I hate these events. I swear they were never this annoying in older games. I kind of have to hope that Skepner can roll this shit out again for us. Temples. We are now at 13 converted provinces, and of course an event happens that tries to reverse this. Then in Skepner, tax collection. Money for us. Yeah, I know. Moderate. Oh, this stupid castle binds so many of our troops, it's kind of funny. We're kind of done here, however. There's not much what we can do here. I don't want to put stuff into Xibalba, and at least while Pirene is probably not gunning for us for the Baron cracks, the income is just kind of meh anyway. This giant chunk of units will probably kick Scaleria around very badly now. And since Scaleria isn't giving up the fight, this means the army concentrating in the land of our lord will probably have to march somewhere else. But of course, so do we. So do we. So I'm joining my armies up here. A huge crater. Oh, Astral and Earth. Mist-covered highlands gives us an air gem. But since I am sitting here, I can of course do some site searching. Search for magic sites. Then level 2 in Death Earth and sorry, this should cover all of our paths. Now I'm moving my army in, and if Scaleria doesn't attack next turn, probably move off to other war fronts. I have more money now, so let's get some Murkuhuls. Because for summoning underwater we only need level 5 conjuration. Our bigger mages could spit out a shitload of stuff with level 7 water, living water, because that gets us 4 to 5 medium-sized ones though, while the normal level 5 spell summon water elemental here gives us a big one, and exactly 1. This means that the script can run through about 5 spells in 5 turns, which means 5 is probably the maximum you can expect, because of course you have no control about what the AI does to your mages afterwards. So to counter 40, we probably need 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34, 40 as a backup. At least underwater, our water elementals are also regenerating. So it's kind of an interesting fight, I suppose. Earth against water. Who will win? Antediluvian. Earth elementals. I think water elementals have more than one attack or something, and regenerate a little bit faster. But of course they are at least fucking better than everything else we could get underwater. Trouble is of course our side. 1, 2, 3. They have 3 turns to get here. And of course we will continue to frog it up here. Fuck, our useful mages are so fucking expensive. We only have 2 of them here right now. And we have 1, 2, 3 turns for them to reach us over here. One, two, three. The funny thing is, if he walked down the other side, he could have been in my castle faster. So I have no idea what this is supposed to be. A weird attempt at getting to Asphodel? Well, anyway, I have to do something about this. And right now, I could summon smaller water elementals with the smaller guys. Would also mean I could make... Oh, yeah, this guy can command a lot of troops. So let's go with numbers. I continue this here, and then 2 Shamblers and a lot of frogs. Yeah, okay, more is not possible. Okay. Then in Quadra, we aren't recruiting anything right now. And Alman, fucking hell, yeah, I've started recruiting mages in Delca. Yeah, so this guy is dying, so take away his staff. Now these guys will come back as... Okay, this one was just... but white spawn, so he can come back from the dead. He wasn't actually deceased. This guy will die soon, but only in 9 turns if nothing else happens. Something, of course, yeah, I have to think about. 100 fatigue at level 2 water magic, right? That is what we are level 5 thinking about. Oh no, it takes level 3. This means every level 3 mage can cast one and sleep a bit and cast another one, so that's another limit. Well, over level 4 and 5 mages can probably run through the entire script without losing anything. So let's see, my poor dumb idiots have to stay here. We can basically only use level 3 mages. The level 2 ones can at least do supporting magic. There's also a nice enchantment spell in water that is... let's see. Frozen Heart is level 6. Huh. That's interesting. It's kind of annoying. But Frozen Heart is a nice spell for underwater fights. Because while it can only hit one person, it does armor negating damage. So the Earth fuckers are of course kind of vulnerable against this, because while they can tank a lot of hits, they don't have resistance against cold damage. So a lot of tiny mages can Frozen Heart a lot of those fuckers down. Only drawback is they have to kind of keep back until they're in range. What is my cat doing? Oh, she's sleeping. That's cute. And there's Crawl. It slows down a large crew of enemies. And it works underwater. Evocation 6. And, well, okay. 6 will help against undead, while 7... Well, Ice Strike is good on this surface. Nothing of this helps me underground. Then enchantment, of course, has friendly currents, which makes us less exhausted by fighting. So now we have to change things again, thanks to our sudden invasion. We'll add at first alteration. Wait, that would probably go faster, right? Friendly currents is battle, right? And then this, so to add some more underwater spells to our repertoire, if you know French. Then there is not much that can help us immediately. Sailor's Death is kind of funny, but it of course doesn't work underwater, like most spells do. It is mostly emotion based. Wave Warriors is of course interesting. Slash, blunt and pierce resistance and wound fan, plus -4 strength. And it makes guys slower. I guess if I combine this with friendly currents, everyone will still move at normal speeds. But of course Wave Warriors is level 7 and only affects a large group, not everyone. And there's Frost Flash Army, which adds fire resistance. Liquefy, which can kill someone really stone cold dead, but is easily negated, so you have to roll really good. Then the Quickening. I have 9+. No, I think Frozen Heart is all we need from there. Then Conjuration. Oh, fucking hell. Shark Attack could help us out a lot. Then I guess this, and then we are going back here. Seriously, every time I try to use Lost Land, some asshole invades me, so I'm forced to drop everything to research more spells. So next turn we'll have Evocation 6 on our way to Enchantment 5. This will take 2 more turns. Then we are at Alteration 6, will take 3 more turns. And then we are at Conjuration. 6 and 7. Yeah, it will take a lot of research, and 6 turns are a lot. But at least I have all those stupid water mages, so and an amphibian army, so I can just walk back down there and take back everything behind them. Just have to kind of wait what they're doing here. No. Oh, I'm guessing he is trying to send 2 armies here. Of course, we have no idea what's going on below the surface, so we can't really send in any kind of raiding force. Kind of fucked. I mean, at least I have a big army here ready to go. I just need to send some mages. Yeah, back to research, please. At least for now. Do I have anything to summon right now? Jade serpents are kind of funny, but they aren't amphibians, so they don't really help much. Seed rolls, no. I guess the only thing we can... Wild water is, of course, funny. But it's too much effort because you get 1 gelatinous cube. Hard to kill, but... Holy shit, do you have to invest a lot. Well, I guess I can test it out. At least it's cheap. And I'll put some of my level 2 water mages on it, since it will take a while until they get to be useful, so why not? Oh, another asshole. Monthly literal and make some giant gelatinous cubes. Oh, he is also someone. I could make 6 per turn. It makes sense, it's an emergency. Because those fuckers are slow, but hard to kill, and they can go underwater. And we really would need something useful to block those fuckers from annoying us. And I guess I have all those water gems. So why not use them, I guess? I just have to remind myself that I'm putting those things into 2 different provinces. But there's a 6 per turn now. Here, there are at least no Earthquakinators. So now our preparations start. I really hope Scaleria is still busy with Pyrene, because a two-front war would be kind of nasty, even though we could fight them. It's kind of funny. Evocation 6 is unlocked next turn, and then we can at least fight them off. But this of course means that we need the armies down below here, and Asphodel is already moving in on Abysia, which is something we can do absolutely fucking shit about. I wanted to expand into Abysia a bit, but of course, funny thing, because Agartha is invading me instead of helping out with Asphodel, we are now in this absurd situation where we can fight and defeat Agartha, but Abysia will be disappearing under a mass of plants. And then we can't even fight Asphodel, because even if we wanted to, there's just too much plant material. So you can maybe guess that Asphodel will probably win this game, because really, our enemies are fucking things over left and right. Scaleria is attacking his allies, so they are fighting. Man is maybe not fighting Scaleria, or maybe fighting Asphodel, who knows. Now we have Agartha attacking me. So this is kind of funky. If Agartha is for real, of course, we will be demonstrating the power of frogs against them. Here are a lot of frogs, of course, in our fortification. In its current fort, the defense is 100. 60, of course, but they're of course very good siegers, so it would take, if both of these forces are combined, it would be taking something like 5 turns, I think. If they march up here, it takes them 1, 2, 3 turns coming from both directions at once. And then combined, they'll probably take 3 turns to crack the fortress open, so I have at absolute maximum 6 turns time. And if I want to send in an army, I have 5 for 3 turns, because I have to actually walk underwater in there, and because, yeah, this is Dominion's logic for you. White Lake has no connection to Baptizer. This should explain someone to me. So you can't sail in this direction, huh? I guess there's an underwater mountain range or something, and since we don't have boats, we are fucked. So we have to either walk across Quadra, which takes our army then 1, 2, 3, 4 turns, or we have to take the rather odd approach of walking into Baptizer, and then into Utter Deep, which 1, 2, 3. It's both 4 turns of movement, just because the game has decided that White Lake is too far away from Baptizer to walk across country. So either we have to walk on into land and back into the water, or we have to take shortcut across Utter Deep. On the other hand, if the enemy takes a cut not directly into Mu, but over Utter Deep, then this means we can retake the provinces on our way to Mu. The army coming from up here, of course, will fuck things up tremendously, because Asphodel will of course help themselves to more provinces, and then dare us to fight the invincible plant army. And all Agartha is getting here is helping Asphodel win faster, so good fucking deal, my friend. I swear to God. And it's of course all the amphibious fuckers getting involved and the non-amphibious fuckers dying. I swear every time I try to do something interesting, the entire game seems to agree to get into my way just because, for the hell of it. They're not even planning to be shitty, it's just that I guess conflicting strategical ideals result into a mess that's worse than World War I. But enough ranting. Strategically on my own, I'll keep my troops concentrated here, and then I can move the army in whatever direction it needs. Then I have the army here, and I will have to put up something like 6, 12, 18 cubes as a big wall in front of me to keep those awful elementals away from me and those charts. And then those cubes will do the dying while my real troops will be patiently walking behind. and my mages will try their best to summon enough water elementals to matter. The funny thing is, some of my mages can just keep staying on land, because a level 2, yeah, they can probably get one water elemental out and then they are too tired to do anything. So I have to go to level 3 mages, and of course only the undeceased ones. Let's see. Level 5 should mean something like 25 fatigue per elemental. So this guy can actually very easily and without costing too many gems get 5 out. I probably have to take my pretender down into the water too, because his good paths mean he too can shit out a lot of elementals, and we also will have in a couple turns some more spells to play around with. Again, I have 2, maybe 3 turns before I have to do something. And in 2, 1... enchantment. Yeah, yeah. That means we'll have at least friendly currents unlocked if things start. And then, of course, our research speed will take another nosedive, and then with all those mages have to walk off again. So Alteration 6 will probably not show up fast enough to matter. Oh, fucking hell. Sometimes this game is for real. So we are now facing an Agartha invasion. The guy who could have taken down Abysia now very easily, and instead Asphodel will get Abysia and probably more of my lands if I can't throw out Agartha fast enough. Well, at least we are at war, so you, my viewers, will see some interesting shit happening. Until then, I'll have to keep recruiting mages, and I hope we're finally getting to level 7 so I can ice strike some fuckers. Yeah, so next turn at least, Army 1 will be ready to fight Undead, and then I'll have to pile on shit here. Frogs. Yeah, of course, these fuckers I will have to leave behind for underwater fighting. Because sure as hell is my enemy not getting on land. Because then I could just hold him off with my cheap frogs and dumpster him completely with my long-range magic. So now this will be a war fought underwater with weird cubes and elementals. Can I add some more cubes? Could be funny. Of course, I have no idea what this guy is doing if he gets underwater. He could, for example, go to Quadra instead. Well, at least there are more troops now here. Yeah. Poisonous frogs against troops with high poison immunity. That's the best matchup I've ever seen. Well, numbers at least. Yeah. Okay, you can go with this guy for now. That's about 66 units. Joining the force of 90, yeah, that's 150. And we are slowly growing floor frogs here. Yeah, we need more frogs. Frogs. Frogs, frogs, frogs. So, more frogs. Sorry guys, I have to send most of you back because we need frogs. Oh fuck. I run out of resources finally. Yeah, frogs and mages is what we need right now. I mean, it will help us in later battles against Undead, because then we need fucking numbers. And now we have to wait what our enemies will do. We are still preparing to fight Scaleria, kind of hoping that the giant army of Pyrene will march against Scaleria next, because then both of our enemies on the western side of the map will be too busy for us. We'll have to bring down the one final province Ulm still has left. This will of course also turn these guys hanging around into independence, and then this nation will be eliminated from the game. I'll have recruiting frogs, as many as we possibly can, in case of Mu and Creator, just to make a siege go on for longer. And then let's see what these guys are doing. I mean, logically it probably would have been smarter to attack at the same time. Then I would have been really surprised, and he could have locked down Mu immediately next turn. So no idea, maybe it was even an accident. I will talk to him fast before going back to concentrating on research and mages. Yeah, okay, so our idiots are saved, and we have already begun to form up more armies for the army god. Okay, fuck it, and another one, and then I'll keep the rest for research purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 per turn. 7, 14, and then I'll see how fast the fortification will fall. And 14 aren't 40, but since they are huge glibbery things, well, okay, compromise. Next turn I look more at the stats of those glibber things, and if they're good enough, I'll leave it at 7 per turn and attack with what I have. If I need more, I'll need more. I'll still probably get enchantment 5 in 2 more turns after the next one, but let's see. That's it for this turn. Libluini out, and may the underwater sinkholes be with us.